Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to look at If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device, episode 19. This one is Warp Grumblings, and... You know, if this has something to do with the Emperor farting out warp storms, I'm okay with that, because at this point, that is actually going to be funny because they handle it amazing. Yeah, we've got to the point that warp farts are now actually funny to me. I mean, they would have been before because I have very low-class humor. Who'd have thought? But I just... Every time they do something, it's hilarious. And they keep expanding the world, too, and just... Yeah. I'm not saying I'm only recording this video right now, because if I didn't, I would go down to the local card shop and buy a bunch of figurines, but... That is also true. Because it's very tempting. The series is addictive. It's so addictive, but it's so good! Why? Ugh. Again, guys, there is a link down below to the original video. Make sure to hit up because this is a very good series. I'm a big fan of Ruva Alpha Boost's stuff. I've even started trying to get his name right. I know I failed, but I'm trying. Let's go with brownie points for unwitting failure. That actually sounds worse outside than inside my head. Yeah. Either way, let's get started. This is probably going to be crazy. Looks like an 1800s...
Make them sucker! Alien beans!
Alien baked beans.
Stand back, I'll show you how it's done.
Is this the chefs? And kittens boiling tea. Ooh, tea and cake. Oh, he has good taste. I can't tell if that looks cool or hellish. Bit of both. What is in the tube? Oh, it's dead aliens. Is that a dwarf in the tube? Random pyramids? With a sightseeing booth! He's just ignoring them. It's like it all looks so cool, he's just ignoring it because it's normal for him.
My vocal range is not broad enough to cover the whole thing properly.
What was he saying? I can't quite hear it.
Morning, my emperor.
Oh,
If I needed help regarding this, why, for the love of all gold-plated plant life on Terra, would I ask you? It would be like looking for advice about depression medication from a precarious obscure addict.
If you're as omniscient as you think you are,
they're
you should
arguing
know how
like
right
father.
I
Oh
am.
yeah.
My experience in the matter does give
And
me
he
a
got rid of
level of
kitten's breakfast.
expertise. After all, I'm a Daemon Prince for crying out loud. I'm literally made of warp stuff.
One would think that after all the stunts you pulled, you would have some kind of discretion over the atrocious amount of shittery you have been spewing everywhere. If anyone has the right to say I told you so,
What were
then
they
I should
arguing
have
about?
set up a parade with banners and streamers and clowns and whatever else
God.
just for you.
I'm not saying I told you so.
But you
I'm
are.
just saying that you and I both know damn well that you're ridiculously narrow-minded on the matter. It's just
Maybe
the way things
splinter-minded?
are, and you know it.
Son, I'm the motherfucking emperor. I can alter whatever I desire. I am like a glorious golden god.
Without the god part.
Except I am not, of course.
Knew it.
And look
He
where
always says
your
it.
meddling has gotten you. Oh, in addition, aren't you the one who said you didn't want to play God?
That is my
Failing
words
really
coming
hard.
straight from the vile warp vent of a fucking demon prince. Do you know, there is a difference between actually having the powers and distinguished looks of a god, and wanting to be worshipped as one.
Doesn't he want to be
Morning,
worshipped
you
though?
two.
But not as one?
I know you're busy stabbing each other with word chips right now, but...
About guard smacking time you got here. Where is the tea, Sonny?
Well, I was disintegrated by a warp bolt when I walked into your room.
Damn you, Magnus. Your unregulated cipher powers have
No, I'm pretty
caused
sure that
yet
was you.
another disaster.
Me? You're the decaying force of nature who literally defecates warp storms whenever he tantrums.
Sometimes intentionally. He has a guy. Too much heresy.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. I'll just, go and make some more tea later.
They have a heresy Geiger
At
counter.
the creation of another Eye of Terror on Terra, I think I need to ask something.
Well, that is what I pay you for.
You pay
isn't
him?
it?
What does pay mean? But, yes.
Oh, he doesn't know what
What are
pay
you talking
means.
about?
My senile old bone sack of a father is almost as deluded as his foolish worshippers. He truly
little
believes
better.
that chaos is nothing more than an utterly negative force which needs to be destroyed.
In all my 48,000 years, I have not had much
more like a
inclination to
perversion
the
of something, but
contrary. Almost every single thing wrong with mankind is the fault of chaos. It's gods, and their worshippers. If only humanity had listened to me and ignored chaos and all the arm-wavy religious crap, we would be well on the way to perfecting humanity as a species,
being
and
eaten
I
by
would
something.
be way less spooky looking.
Wait, so you're not arguing about what happened yesterday? The whole sending the entire Inquisition to the warp and convoluted plans thing?
No, we finished arguing about that hours ago.
So they
Were
did
you
argue
not
about it.
paying attention?
He wasn't there.
You sent me to get tea.
And you took your sweet-ass time doing that, did you not? What were you doing? Trying to be all cheery cherry cream puff or something?
It is kitten.
Maybe?
You scare me when you pretend to have emotions.
So what did you decide on?
None of your concern.
I think
Corn
when
Pop,
it comes to
will
a
all
certain
be
Tau,
resolved at
we
a
know
later
he
date.
has emotions of rage.
Back to the bitchy
It's also
Brannigan
known
at
as
hand.
canon.
Where were we?
You mentioned
gets
how
better
you
every time
tried
he says
telling
it.
humanity to throw religions out a window, and ironically to never question you about it. Was it my turn to grumble or yours?
I guess it's your turn to grumble. Go
They're taking
ahead.
turns grumbling.
What is so funny, chuckle shits? I thought we were grumbling here.
Your great intellect really must be splintered.
Well,
I
yes.
have no reason to lie to you, so before you spew that whole noise of the heretic drivel at me,
I am not some crazed old zealot from the first Dark Ages, son.
He's a little older than
Do you
that,
know
yeah.
how I feel about overuse of such terminology?
haven't you noticed what a spectacular comeback that word has made as of late?
You have sullied your hands with filthy parchments of heresy, guardsmen.
Oh,
Now do
yeah,
you
Demon Coin didn't
please?
see that.
What? No!
Too late, heretic.
You inspire your men to study such foul smut, connoisseur?
Detestable mutants, fill your heads with such vile obscenity! Die, heretic!
Did red guns do anything?
Maybe just one read.
Sister, I need your blood to... Oh, hold on. You're a heretic!
What, they're just running around shooting each other down? Better just lay the exterminatus upon these heretics.
Alright, fire!
And he's headbutting the... Ooh. That looks cool. Did they get this from a game?
Oh,
or...
do not get me started.
Anyway, that's not the point. You see, chaos, the warp, all of that isn't just some demonic realm of nasty, horrible
Just kinda
things.
mostly
It's
nowadays.
much more important than that.
I know this already. Its true nature is that it is the realm of the collective spiritual subconscious of every single soul-possessing species in the galaxy. In other words, the realm of souls.
Right.
And it is shitty, and requires some serious unfucking.
And has been like this
is
for a
where
long
the senile
time.
ramblings come back in.
Well, if anyone
Let
claims to
me
be
say
senile,
something
he
I
earned
learned
it.
while reading all those forbidden tomes with you. Do you remember back when you told humanity that there would be no gods? You said no religion, no worshipping of anything, and thus you figured the Chaos Gods would become completely irrelevant and thus starve to death, right?
Yes, which is exactly what I wanted, and almost what happened.
You
Didn't.
were inadvertently creating a whole new Chaos God.
Come again?
Because it was not worshipped in the conventional way, its name never became revealed to mankind, but
Eh?
you were creating a Chaos God of unbelief, and you were becoming its champion, perhaps even its avatar.
That has got to be the single dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire
Oh,
life.
that is
and that
hilarious.
is coming
I
from
kinda
a
hope it's
half-dead
canon.
skeleton that has been stuck on life-sustaining God couch for the past 10,000 years.
Well, believe it or not, that's what was happening. You see, Chaos isn't some Saturday morning cartoon villain that you can just defeat. It's a force of reality itself, and the more you try to control and restrain it, the more it will act against you.
I need just a giant pair of yellow or orange pointy sunglasses right now to go, who the hell do you think we are? It would fit so well!
It's a reflection of those who empower it, who in turn it empowers. Just as gravity dictates how objects are pulled towards each other and energy condenses into matter and form, so too does chaos function as yet another celestial process. You should know and accept that by now.
That is all well and true, but
But-
that does not make it not dangerous, stupid, dangerously stupid, and stupidly dangerous. You should also know and accept by now that things which are factually correct can still be unfathomably idiotic.
So even
I
though you're
suppose
correct, you're not
in
right.
that sense.
Or even though you're
Ever
right, you're not
since
correct.
Slanesh was murder-fucked into existence, things have kinda got out of hand.
Hands off my quips, chili pepper. Get your own.
Slanesh does make everything worse.
You are paid by the hour, not by the question.
Right, but if what Magnus is
If he doesn't know
saying
he's getting paid,
is
does that mean he's been
true,
getting all that
warps
pay
the
for years and doesn't even...
reflections
Ooh, that's a nice
of
backlog.
all mankind, Does that mean we're all horrible, terrible, awful people?
On the inside, yes, absolutely disgusting. I am outside of that cycle, you see, so it does not apply to me because, do you know, I am pretty much perfect and all that,
You're stuck on
or
the
I
outside.
used to be anyway,
Yeah, he's a
when I
skeleton,
still have
counts.
good old boners done. But yes, this is why I have been trying to guide mankind all this time.
And look where we are now.
Humanity gets to collectively create its own realm with their subconscious thoughts, and you fill it with paranoia, fear, blood, Brussels sprouts, and self-contradictory bullshit. It is like you are all mindless
equates
man
Brussels
children,
sprouts to evil.
scribbling dicks in your notebooks when you should be paying attention to the lessons that I am trying to fucking
I
teach
didn't
you.
do that
Those
as a kid.
students and you have perfectly synergetic personalities, for the record.
Oh. Now I feel terrible about myself. Like, worse than ever before.
Good, that is a step in the right direction.
Oh
I
god.
don't understand. If the warp is the realm of souls, then how do psychers work? Aren't
Bullshit.
they using witchcraft and demonic rituals to attain unholy power?
To the ignorant and untrained eye, it would certainly seem
Well, the
so.
cultist
However,
worshippers
it's
actually are,
actually
but-
much simpler than that. Some people have a natural ability to channel the warp's power more than others, just like how some people have other genetically determined talents or abilities. Since a warp is based on the power of emotions, one can use this ability to channel their own willpower and bend the world around us. Just as we change the shape of the warp with our own minds, so too does the warp allow those talented enough to change reality.
What did I say about fireballs in the throne room?
Oh, and I missed it. Alright.
What did I say?
Okay. I can't read that. Ow, and I can't bend my neck 180 degrees upside down. That actually was a bad idea. Ow. If anyone else that says, I'm just not going to read it. Seems
Say
like
about
Latin.
fireballs in the throne room.
Yes, I need to ask you first.
Ask first.
Sorry, Dad.
That is better.
As I was
Who did he
saying,
just-
the
was that
stronger
the-
your connection to the warp,
That was the
stranger you
Anakin.
become in the eyes of
No.
others.
Oh, God.
This may make you feel incredibly lonely and ostracized, but don't worry. As a psyker, you're never alone. You've now got a whole lot of extra dimensional attention from daemons and the like to keep you company in those cold, dark nights. Suffice to say, this, combined with the fact that possessions are a thing, is the primary reason why psychers are usually seen as horrid witches that need killings.
Ah, well, that does explain something. It means I'm definitely not a psyker after all. Wait, what about the great enemies of man? How does all of this explain the dark gods, demons, and all of that?
Have you ever heard the saying, we all have our own personal demons?
Yes.
Think about that phrase and take into account
God.
what Magnus just said about the warp.
Literal
Now
demons.
apply the resulting realization to the entire population of a galaxy.
Oh. Oh. It's worse than simply being a hellish realm, isn't it?
Oh, little gold sparkle, it is much, much more than that. Every single thought or feeling you've ever had, both consciously and subconsciously, becomes reality in the warp. Every single human emotion becomes a power. Every single metaphor becomes a literal meaning. Everyone's wishes, dreams, desires, fears, and nightmares are incarnated.
I feel it's an urge to make a
Of course, the
really
reason the warp
crazy,
is so
convoluted
pervasive and
metaphor.
horrifying is because so many conflicting and contradicting ideas are floating around inside of it. And the gods are in fact collective subconscious constructs that reflect crucial mental aspects of all life. Daemons
And the
are
Elder
shards
fucked it
of
up
the
as
respective
Slanesh.
gods, much like individual
Literally
cells make
fucked
an
it up.
organism.
If that's true, then why are they so, completely horrible and evil? I mean, we can't all be 100% evil all the time, can we?
Of course not. Something which people seem to forget, including the gods themselves, is that they represent all thoughts and emotions, the good, the bad, and the ugly. For example, Tzeentch may be a cruel and devious trickster, but he's also a force of progress and a beacon of hope. Change, after all, is neither innately benevolent or malevolent, but it sure as shitling isn't the same as it was before.
This sounds like propaganda.
Well, you know it is true. Without Tzeentch, there would be no malicious schemes, but there would also be no one clever enough to save people from those schemes. Nothing would ever get done, and we would fall into an eternal stasis of static karma. And that is what Nurgle represents. Stagnancy, a lack of change, inevitable eternal cycles of decay and renewal. But he also
actually kinda
represents
cute how
the
they drew him.
resilience, resolve, and
That's
solidarity
weird.
to face those same unsettling inevitabilities.
In short, if everything is shit, why worry about it? That is why his followers are so disturbingly, insufferably cheerful even when most of their entrails are on the wrong side of their ribcage.
Yeah.
Without Nurgle, there would be no consistency, safety, or comfort in living and dying. In fact, there would be no consistency at all, although cycles of decay and renewal are just the circle of life. In fact, Nurgle is technically nature incarnate.
Is this really true?
To be honest,
Sort of.
even taking into consideration that this is about as batshit fucking crazy as Conrad Curse, all of this about the gods is actually correct. He is still being an ass-barrel though.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they both are. I'm not gonna argue that.
I was referring to you.
Sure.
Because if speech is progress and Nurgle is nature, then what the hell are the other two meant to be? What possible purpose could they have besides creating massively unnecessary amounts of death? And
No, that's probably just all they are.
Well, corn may be a force of merciless, mindless slaughter and hatred, but that's because it prescribes to another natural concept, survival of the fittest. Strength and skill are all that matters to him.
God, they have him
Also
pumping
represents
iron.
Justice, vengeance, and honor, so unlike the others, corn would never try to trick you and stab you in the back.
He
Just
will
stab you in the
just
front.
stab you in the face, over and
He's
over
the
again,
front stabber,
until
you
your
could
face
say.
stops resembling a face.
Without him, there would be no honesty, no strength to fight against injustice. And speaking of injustice, Slanesh may be a horrifying, cruel, torturous fiend that breaks minds and inflicts untold suffering, but it also exudes just as much joy, freedom, and expression and happiness.
Because hello, someone has gotta be enjoying your pain and agony after all.
It's ironic, yet it makes sense. Slanesh is formed from the extremes of emotional experience, representing both joyful freedom as well as crippling suffering. Without Slanesh, there would be no happiness and no grief to make those happy times mean anything.
Anything
And
Slanesh
that's
looks
why
creepy.
you can't just kill them. The universe needs chaos to survive. Destroying chaos would
There's just a
basically
lack of
destroy
order
the
to balance
entirety
it
of
out
the
right
human
now.
psyche.
And that is where
Which
you
is
fall
obvious
into the
Nurgle
pit
should
of
do that.
objective incorrectness, you pile of bratwursts. I can defeat chaos, and I must, for the good of us all. I accept that what you say is true, Magnus, but I must bring peace to humanity and the entire galaxy. And so long as chaos exists in its current state, this goal will never be achieved. I must defeat those four giant floating reality tumors.
Oh, really? Well, do enlighten me and explain how you're going to You're going to say, I can't tell you now, but you'll see and understand all in good time.
And your next line is,
You did not need telepathy for that, now did you?
Oh, I'm just used to hearing that kind of thing by now.
what
I
it
know
means
it
is,
is
I have no
not
idea,
what you
but
want to
someone else
hear.
might.
After all we have been through,
Or
but
another
my son,
section of him.
I cannot tell you now. I will tell you when the time is right. Understood?
Because he
Didn't
hasn't
you
thought of
say
it.
that no curtains would
Maybe.
cover up your plans for the future this time around?
No, seriously, if I told you this it would totally ruin the surprise. Not to mention the risks involved.
Definitely a surprise, though. You don't care about the risk. Can we all be honest about that?
Alright. But just for this one occasion.
Thanks, son. Just trust me this time, and do not let a flying space octopus convince you to turn on us all again, okay?
Okay.
So, if you knew all this, why did you follow chaos at all? And being all demonic and stuff, how does that work for you anyway?
To answer the less personal question first, Daemon Princes are always former members of a soul-bearing species who have had their soul removed by a chaos god and replaced with a humongous mass of warp energy.
Which technically is still
Their
soul.
bodies intangible and charges them with infernal power, basically turning them into a daemon.
These kind of surgeries should be universally illegalized.
Anyone or anything that undergoes this process must have great amounts of willpower to retain any of their personality. If they don't, they become mindless chaos spawns. If they succeed and survive the process, well, it's hard to explain. Since warp energy is basically just raw, undiluted, and unrefined soul stuff,
It's
it
like
serves
replace
roughly
soul
the
with
same
soul,
purpose
so-
as a soul, with the benefit of being way more powerful at the expense of being way less stable. It actually takes
Still
quite a
seems
bit
more
of
stable than
effort
his
for me
dad.
to retain this humanoid form right now.
Oh yeah, I remember what your true form looks like now. I bet looking like that makes you feel
Oh, what does it really
proud
look
of
like?
yourself.
Dad, we agreed not to talk about that.
About what?
Nothing, not a thing, nothing at
He
all.
told me he was short
This is
and
the less
had glasses.
personal question?
Changing the subject, now that I have my soul back, I feel weird. I guess I'm some kind of half-daemon now?
Oh
I
god.
would laugh at how
He's an
silly and full
OC.
of angst that idea sounds if it were not for it being true. Actually, fuck it, I will laugh anyway.
It is the weirdest laugh
Now,
ever.
as for your other question, I didn't know all of this information at first, meaning I couldn't make informed decisions back then. I mean, it's not exactly common knowledge. For some reason,
I
only
wonder
learned after it
whose.
was too late to turn back. As for why I didn't try to change my ways, to be honest, I'm not even sure myself anymore.
Plot.
I didn't think there was a way out, and I didn't know where I stood or whose side I was on anymore. From my experience, I'm not sure there were or even are sides to take. I felt, and still feel, betrayed by everyone I trusted, but I also felt like I was betraying myself.
Yeah, that
Whatever
last one's the
side
hardest
you
thing.
took seems to have edges so sharp you could cut through power armor with them.
Very funny, you sparkly skeleton showcase. You need a hand making that one up?
Good effort. Keep trying. Because I liked where you were going with that. It had movement
Why
and
haven't they given
progression.
him another hand
One
yet?
day you will get a good one,
him a robot
and
eye.
you will laugh incessantly.
And he actually is
Whatever,
laughing.
Father.
At least you should know where you stand by now. I hope after
the
everything
throne.
we have done and everything I have said that you realize that you can trust in me again,
Oh, God,
even
no.
if it is just a tiny little bit.
Maybe a little bit, just enough to know that you're there.
Maybe.
To be honest, we can argue until you turn pale and my right hand fucks off to wherever the left hand went. But at the end of the day,
okay.
you are still my son. Even if you look like
this
you are
is-
straight out of a rebellious gang that mugs old ladies. I am just glad that you are finally admitting you do not know shit.
Maybe one day you'll do the same.
Do not bet on it.
No.
Hoo hoo ho 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 hoo ho 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 hoo ho
he
ho
going
ho
ho,
ho
ho,
ho ho
ho?
ho ho.
Well, at least you're not violently
He's doing the
harming
Ojo
anyone.
laugh.
How about some tea?
Count me in.
Sure,
Wait, how would you even drink it?
Emperor. That is how.
But didn't you say that using your powers for trivial things was agony?
Using my powers at all is agony.
So,
but
what changes
sometimes
anything?
it's just too fucking funny not to.
Justifiable reason.
Using cosmic powers to drink tea. That's certainly the father I remember.
Oh, you. Say, here is another 100% beneficial way to
Oh,
make
no.
good use of my powers.
Buckets over his head.
I've located the Astronomicon, but
What is it? Is it signature faint?
no, it's flipping me the bird.
What?
Navigator, how the Beth can a giant holy space beacon flip you the bird?
It's a sign from our Lord on Terra! Everyone must go buckle!
Oh my god!
Desire decrease. I'll go retrieve it.
No.
These truly are dark.
That was absolutely splendid.
Oh god, he's such a
Put
troll.
him here, son.
The Chaos High Five. And that was episode 19 of Daddy and Son. Oh, come on. They even put it in the stereotypical cheesy like comedy outro music at the end. It's like ha 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 ha. Ow. Ow. Why do I keep doing that to my neck? Ow. Seriously, I'm gonna break one of these days. Ugh. Just one. I kind of wish they did more with the fact that they went to the freaking, what would you call that? Kitchen? Let's go with kitchen. I'm being very generous with that term. Alien beings. Oh god. Just, it was kind of cool seeing him walk through the city just because, well, we haven't seen that before. We've seen people pillage through it, and the custodies. Oh god, the Pillarides, for reasons. I kind of want to do more of that, just like see the city, just random people walking through it, and then like all jump down. He's like, I really do love this series. It truly is something I'm very glad I found. Airier, thank you again for suggesting this to me for a couple months close to over a year. Yeah, I didn't get to this right away at all. Yeah. So all the same, everyone, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And there will be a next one. Oh, God, I love this series. And yeah, link below our original episode. Make sure to hit it up because it was really good. I'll see you guys later. Adios. Thanks for watching, everyone. And for everyone who's supporting me on Patreon, thank you so very much. It does make it so much easier to get these videos out, along with a bunch of other new original series that I'm starting to work on. So again, to all the Patreons who are helping supporting this, thank you. And if you're interested in joining, there is a link on the screen. For everyone else, thanks for watching again. See you guys in the next one.